Hey guys, so that's better now. I'm trying to bring up my live stream. Okay, so thumbs up smash the like button as soon as you come in, guys. Like and share the video, and let's do this. So we all see the topic for the night. I took a while before I thought about this topic long and hard because it's kind of a very touchy topic. But after, good night, Mika, Empress, good night, Miss Carol, everybody else. So, I had an opportunity to watch Mackerel on stage, and I'm sure a lot of you guys also did. And everybody's making their little 2 cents on it and whatever, but I didn't want to say anything yet because I knew for a fact that her mother was going to come out and say something. Lord Jesus. Hello, Jelly. How are you, boo boo? Sorry I missed it because I'm keeping my eye on the phone and on the laptop also. So if I miss you guys, I apologize. Good night, everybody. Anyways, let me get into the story. So before I came live, I wanted to watch because I knew Mackerel's mom was going to come out and say something pertaining to the interview. I knew that for a fact. So I got the opportunity to watch her last video that she did today. So now I'm here. Island vibes, good night. What got done you not sleep tonight, eh? You catch me. So now it's a very touchy subject, as I said, because Mackerel was saying that on the on-stage interview that her mother didn't treat her, with any love and all of that. And we all know for all of us who have Jamaican parents or Caribbean parents, we know how tough love is because trust me, I got some tough love growing up. But it doesn't mean that they didn't love me or anything. They just wanted the best for me, right? But honestly, after watching that interview, you could genuinely see where Mackerel, she's broken. That kid is hurting. And I don't know what it is. It could be from her mother or from other people or whatever it is. All I know is that she is definitely hurting. Because you can tell when people are fake balling. But that girl really broke down. Like she really broke down. And she was saying that, I believe in one of her other videos, she stated that she was abandoned and all that. And, you know, even the situation where her mother allowed her brother to burn her with iron and stuff like that. At first, at first when she came out and, she's saying that, oh, she take people man because that's how she Uh, well, I don't know, island vibes. Like, as I said, it's a touchy subject. Because even when she was saying that, she's taking people man because that's how she felt love. And if that's the case, that's pretty sad. And a lot of young women out there right now who are in some abusive relationships only because of the fact that they're searching for love. So it's quite Marcia, hello. It's quite possible that what she's saying is true. She's looking for love, but she's looking for it in all the wrong places, like taking people man or you know stuff like that. I mean, that's not the way to do it. But That's how she feels that she needs to put herself out there in order for her to be noticed, right? And then I stopped and I thought about it for a while, and I know people who've been in her situation where, you know, at an early age, they were forced to fend for themselves because as much as they had parents in the home, they were neglected. You know what I mean? Don't feel that because you have your parents living in the house with you, that doesn't mean that you're gonna feel the love all the time. No, because I mean, you could live in the house with your mother and your father, and you're neglected. Yes, they're providing food for you. They're providing a roof over your head, but at the end of the day, that's not all a child needs. Like, you have to constantly hug them. You have to constantly reassure them that, okay, things are hard. We're struggling, but we love you. You know what I mean? We always have to support them. If they're doing something, and if they choose to go do something, whether it's running or singing or whatever, we have to support them. If you don't support them, they are going to feel neglected, and they are going to feel as though, they're not loved. They need to go elsewhere and find love elsewhere. And this is some of the reasons why a lot of these. Exactly. And this is some of the reason why a lot of these young girls in Jamaica right now, where it's a big problem, are going missing. You know what I mean? And then they end up dead or end up coming back with kids. I mean, you know, because at the age of 12, if you're going to be pregnant at the age of 12, there's something going on in that home. Because, I mean, at the age of 12, you're just now coming up. You're supposed to be outside playing with your neighbors, or playing, as we would call it back home in Jamaica, dalios or dirty pata, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? You still need to be a child at 12. Yes, you might have chores or, a little bit more responsibilities, but you're still a child. So for her to get pregnant at 12 years old and have that child, there's something seriously wrong there. Where was her parents? And I mean, yeah, you have some kids out there, God forbid, you can you try everything with them. But if that picnic decides to them going bad, don't care how good of a parent you are, that picnic going bad. Right? But in Mackerel's case, you could feel the hurt from this kid. Like, honest to God, when she got up and ran off stage, tears came to my eyes because I could feel the hurt that this kid is going through. Right? But I mean, yes, she's looking for love. Yes, she's looking for it in all the wrong places. Yes, she got pregnant at 12. But being pregnant at 12, I mean, this was where her parents were supposed to step up to ensure that at 13 or 14, she doesn't come in with another child or with another belly. You know what I mean? This was where her parents should have thought, okay, where did we go wrong? How can we prevent this from happening to her again? Right? How can we help her? Do we need to get some form of counseling? Like, some intervention needed to happen the moment. You know what, Empress? I understand. Like, look, a lot of people might not like her because of the stuff I don't approve of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, right? I really don't approve of it. But that right there, to me, is a child crying out for help. That's somebody who is hurting so bad that they're crying out for help. And maybe their family or their mother is not realizing, okay, this is where she's going wrong. Maybe it's a cry for help. Let's try to see if we could help her out. But no, but instead of them doing that, they might have still turned a blind eye. They might. they might have still turned a blind eye. So she's realizing now, okay, I'm calling out for help. My family, they're not realizing this. Let me take it to social media because everybody watches social media. Everybody and their grandmother is on social media, right? This is where I could get or get an audience. This is where I could express myself. But being so young, lack of knowledge, not having the intelligence of a normal person, she's going about it the wrong way. But anytime when, what did she say? But anytime when people try to talk things, Empress, I understand what you're saying, Empress, but you have to also understand that she doesn't know any better. Like, I'm not picking up for this girl because God knows I want to grab her half the time and slap two sentences into her. I'm not picking up for her. But if you don't know any better, how do you expect to do any better? She doesn't know any better. You could tell Mackerel's elevator does not go all the way up to the top floor. It's stuck in between the basement and maybe the third floor. It doesn't go all the way up. The girl's a few fries short of a goddamn Happy Meal. So you cannot expect any better from her because she doesn't know any better. She really doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, okay, you gain an audience from social media by coming out talking, oh, you tech people, man, and you enjoy teching people, man, or whatever the case is. All right. You say you want to become a comedian. Now that you have the platform, stop talking about teching people, man, and start putting out some comedy because that's what you say you want to do. Eventually, people will still watch you because you already got them watching. Exactly. To me, that's what it sounds like to me. Like, sorry, she raised herself pretty much island vibes. You know what I mean? Or maybe she pick up from other people, like other friends or whatever the case is. Now she stated that her father was there for her or stuff like that. But to be honest with you, and I tell myself this all the time, half the time the stuff them that you will learn. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Please hit the thumbs up button as you come in. Feel free to mingle, guys. If you guys are new, feel free to, connect with each other. Now, as I was saying, I mean, half the time, she's going to see it elsewhere. Half the time, the things then that a girl child needs to learn from her mother, it doesn't matter how good of a father you are. There's just certain things a child cannot learn from a specific parent. You know what I mean? There's just certain things. Because when your mother will be more patient and more gentle with you in regards to certain situation, your father will not. For example, when I was growing up, and I remember the first time I had my period, I was living with my father because my mother was abroad. And I went to him and I said to him, Dad, actually, I didn't even say that. Mr. Daddy. Mr. Daddy, my something start. And him look upon me and say, something, what something? And I'm like, my monthly something. And you know what a man look upon me and tell me? Yeah, walk pan chalk line now. You can't get along out, they go breed. Now that was his way of dealing with the situation. Now, if I didn't know better or if I didn't have older sisters that I could turn to, I would have probably took his advice. I would have probably not know what to do. Now, if that was my mother, if baby shut your ass, if that was my mother, I wouldn't even had was to go into details with my mother. She would have known what to do. She would have guided me. She would have taught me how to put on a pad or how to clean up myself, stuff like that, right? But the day when it happened to me, I was at home alone with my father. He didn't know what to do. That was the advice he gave me. Yeah, walk on chat line. No, you can't go out. Go to go, you will breed. You know what I mean? I had was to go to my neighbor, which was an elderly lady, woman probably in her menopause or something dry like chip now. She don't know nothing about them things anymore. That's who I went to. And that's who taught me how to clean up myself, how to put on my napkin, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So as much as she's praising her father and saying her father was there for her and stuff like that, there was just certain things she couldn't have learned from her dad. Now, the interview that her mother gave whoever was recording that video that she made today or that was published today, in some sense, Mackerel story kind of a swing on the fence. But then in some sense of the video also, her mother was just not making no sense. Because for one, and this is the part that I didn't get, where she stated that at first she said, she used to go on the bus and she would sing to make money and whatever. She did whatever it is that she could have done to put food in their mouths, right? And most mothers, your first instinct as a mother is to provide for your child, no matter where it come from. You're picking them half eat. Well, any mother that's a mother, because some of them are no matter, some of them are mama. But any mother that's a mother, your first instinct is gonna come out. What my kids gotta eat, my kids gotta wear clothes. Whatever it is that you need to do, you're gonna do it to make sure you provide for your children. That's true, they are. In some cases they are, because in some cases some mother them just whatless. Right? Now, she was saying that she used to carry her on the bus and, she would sing and make money and this, that, and all that. Yes, that's what you were doing. That's fine. You're providing for your children. That's good. But then she stated that, she went abroad to study and all that. But then, because of the fact that she couldn't get a job in her ideal, what did I want to quote her correctly? She stated that she couldn't get a job in her, I believe she said her ideal profession or something of the sort, right? Exactly, Empress. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting to that point. That is so true. And I noticed that she reminds me of Dalton's mother for some reason, right? And she was saying that because she couldn't get a job in doing whatever it is that she went abroad to study for, she resorted in singing on the bus or doing other stuff, and she didn't stop lifting up the pitney until she was 12 years old. She had her on her hips. But then in the video, she stated that she sent that child away to boarding school. Now, if you're rich and you want to send your child to boarding school, kudos to you. But if you're poor and your ass is struggling and you're living hand to mouth pretty much, where the hell you get money from to send people to go boarding school? Obviously, the child is going to think you gave her away. Sending a child to boarding school that young, and especially coming from a home where she's not feeling love and attention, you're damn right she's going to think you gave her away. You're damn right she's going to feel you abandoned her. Because how is it that you sent her to boarding school but you kept your son at home when you also stated your son was older than her. So that's the part that didn't make any sense to me. Hey Rosie, how are you? Welcome. Feel free to network amongst yourselves, please, but please do it the correct way or else your numbers won't stick. What is it? Exactly, right? Exactly, Jermaine, exactly. Because and then again, and she's saying that you know, she also stated that. And another thing that stood out to me too was when she stated that, and this again is also a big problem in society these days. You see, when we parents don't listen to our children, especially our daughters, it's becoming a problem, a very big problem. Because she stated also that when Mackerel got pregnant, and I'm quoting her, she said she spoke to Mackerel, and Mackerel stated that from daddy touch me no see no period. That's what she said. And she also stated when Mackerel told her that, she was the one that avoided that man going to jail or getting charged for it. Now, she didn't state in any part of that conversation or in any part of that statement that she went to the man and talked to him about it to find out whether or not what Mackerel was saying is true. She immediately shut the child down. She immediately shut the child down and helped the man to avoid going to prison. Now, what if she was in a situation where the father was actually touching her, where the father was actually the one who got her pregnant? She would have just shoved it under the rug. She didn't question it at all. Now, that's where I had a problem. Because for God, who knows? The child left her house and went to her father's house. And you have some man out there who are damn pervert. Them would touch them own pitney. So if my daughter comes to me and tell me, Mommy, Daddy, this, you're damn right I'm all up in your grill, Jermaine. Because me want to know wagwan. Even if I know that this person would never dare do something like that, I'm still not going to let it go. I'm still going to question it. Guys, be careful. My Nightbot is on the prowl. Nightbot will snap you in two. Nightbot will pick you up, chew you up, and spit your asses out. Be careful. Don't spam the live, guys. Don't drop any links unless you're a mod. Don't use the S word. Don't use the bell emoji. Don't use the word grab. Don't use any of those stuff over here. Please don't spam the live or else Nightbot and my mods will get you. So if you don't want to, if you're over here to network and you don't want to get timeout or you don't want to be blocked, please do not spam my live. As I said, my mods will get you and Nightbot will chew you up and spit you out. So as I was saying, like I feel as much, she stated also that she had was to run away from this guy. Well, yeah, you could, I guess you could just use the heart, honey. Just use the red heart. If you want to say, or you know what, if you're networking with somebody You just hashtag the person's name and use the check mark or use the money bag. They'll know and they'll know what to do. Now, another thing, guys, if you're going to visit somebody and you're going to make a comment on their video, these list of words that I just gave you guys, if you leave a comment with any one of those words, your comment will most likely end up in spam. So that person will not see that comment in order to connect back with you. So you got to be careful. You got to do it the right way if you want to grow, right? So back to my story now. Like, I mean, as much as, she's just talking a bag of things, and in the same sense, she's saying that Mackerel got her fame, but in the same sense that in the same way she got her fame, she's tearing her down. Okay, now if you're saying your daughter is tearing you down and you're trying to come out for the public to realize that what she's saying doesn't make any sense and you want to prove your case, why in God's green earth are you out there campaigning for your music career? You're there to clear up whatever false accusations that there are going on, but yet still you're campaigning for yourself. You're begging for people to help you to establish yourself. Now, if you were humble, or if you're humble enough and the truth comes out and people realize that the story that Mackerel's giving everybody is a sack of horse shit, then eventually people will gravitate towards you in order to help you. Right? Well, that's how I look at it. Because people will come out and say, Mackerel really wicked for put her mother through all of this. And see the condition where the woman got through. Maybe we will help her if we make we see if she can better herself or whatever the case is. Right? And, I don't know. And she's going to say, oh, she loved her and this, that, and whatever. And when Mackerel was every second the mother into singing. Exactly. She was auditioning. To me, that's her auditioning. She was trying to sell herself to us. But I mean, like, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that she really did try her best. But to me, I mean, maybe her best was just not good enough. Or maybe what she thought was her best was damaging this child. Because you could tell there is far more than a visual problem with Mackerel. There's far more. There's more to her condition. I'm not going to say she's disabled, but there's a few screws that are not tight. There's something wrong with her. And if you have a child that is special needs and you know that, this child is special needs, you're going to do whatever it takes in order. Isaiah, I'm on my live, please. You guys are going to have, you're going to make special efforts in order to go that extra mile for this child. Okay, fine. You claim that you wanted the best for her, so you put her in boarding school, or you put her in school for the blind, or whatever hell school it was. And the father went and took her out without your permission. Now, if that's the case, and you wanted what was best for her, wouldn't you not find your black backside back over the father yard, go collect your picnic and bring him back to school? Wouldn't you not do that? I sure as hell would. You're going to remove my child from a school that I put her in order to help her because of whatever situation it is that's going on with her, in order for her to get an education where she could survive. God forbid when it comes time for her to go out there on her own. And you're going to take up your nasty stink self and go take my pitney out? You best believe if I have to walk out the 14 parishes of that island, I'm going to find you, find my child, and bring her behind back to school. But she didn't do that. She never did that. She just left it alone. Right? And she was even saying that after Mackerel came home with the baby, and she the woman even memorized all of what she buy for the baby. Big box of this and big box of that. See, I don't even know, because honest to God, like, I didn't, like, where she came out, the part where, don't get me, you see, what a lot of people don't understand, you could be legally blind, but you could see. It doesn't necessarily mean your eyes are clouded, you can't see shit out of your eyes. It doesn't mean that, right? You could be legally blind, but you could still see. So the part where I stopped watching the damn video was when she got up, asked for the cane, and talked, oh, me never know if me I look prop directly into the camera, but me not really care. Bitch, your ass was looking in the goddamn camera before you got that goddamn cane. So how is it all of a sudden you can't see no camera? Hi guys, welcome, welcome. Feel free to network amongst each other, but do it the correct way. Don't spam the live, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. Network, network. If you're new to the channel, drop a purple heart. And so people will get at you. Visit each other, guys. Do it the correct way so your numbers will stick. Right? So, as I was saying, like, I mean, she was looking directly into the camera. Even when she was debuting herself with the singing, homegirl was looking in the camera. And the funniest part about it, this girl is saying Mackerel is this and Mackerel is that and Mackerel is tearing her down. But yet still she come out attack in a Mackerel slang ball. Goody come out and all these things. Really? Is you like seriously? You're gonna talk all this, but yet still you're saying she's tearing you down, but you're copying her. That didn't make sense to me. And then you're going to say, oh, I don't even know if I'm looking in the camera, but your ass was looking in the camera when you were trying to sell yourself, when you were trying to beg some money to start up your business as you claim. Your behind was looking in the camera. Right? And on top of that, she stated that she was on the board at the school for the blind, and I guess something like, apparently she must have worked with them or whatever the case is and all that. But I mean, if that's the case, and you stated you were sitting on the board or you were working with them or whatever it was, for how long? Like, it just doesn't add up, because how old is Mackerel now? 18 or something like that? I'm just assuming she's about 18. Now, if you went abroad to study for however many years, Mackerel got pregnant when she was 12, had the child, got kicked out when she was 15, but yet still, you claim you had her on your hips at 12, at 7 years old, and singing on buses and out of Spanish Town and Toner. When was it that you had time to sit on this board? because it seems to me you were constantly involved in something. So that part of the story may not make no sense to me. Like to me, she was just talking pure gibberish. But I'm seriously hoping that the father will come out, or people who knows her will come out and actually state facts, because I guarantee you that we, as she stated, that there's three sides to every story. There's her side, there's Mackerel's side, and then there's the truth. She stated that, right? She's also telling people if they want to get in touch with her, they need to contact the star or whatever. And then she's gonna say if on stage need to hear her side of the story, them can't. You know, she says I bust the woman a look. She's behaving just like how Dalton Harris's mother behaved when Dalton won X Factor, whatever that thing was, right? She's trying to make herself known because hey, if Mackerel eat steak, me no wanna get a steak, or I get to oxtail, or no chicken back. Mackerel eat steak, me want to eat steak too. That's pretty much what it is. Exactly. Island vibes. Exactly. She's self promoting, but she's using Mackerel's name and her platform to promote herself. Well, that's how I look at it. Like, God forbid, like, I hope that whatever she was saying, there's some truth to it. And I'm hoping whatever Mackerel is saying, that there's some truth to it. So there could be an underline of what the actual truth is. You're damn right, Empress. Exactly. That's exactly. Guys, smash the like button for me. There's 24 of you guys. Let me see how many likes is going on there. There's only 13 thumbs up. There's 24 of you guys. Smash the thumbs up button, guys. Please and thank you. Don't forget to share. And if you guys are networking with each other, please do it the correct way. Don't spam the live or my mods will get you, or Nightbot will snap you. Well, you said, she said, the observer, that's the, exactly. She's trying to get up there, just like how Mackerel come out and talk, say, she take people man and all these things, and she make a name for herself. The mother is now trying to make a name for herself. She's trying to get up. She can't bear to see the girl. Yes, I understand. Okay, fine. We get it. She's gaining attention the wrong way. But make the girl have her limelight. Right? If you say you're a singer, or she claim, you don't even hear when she say, oh, if Mackerel want her script for write, for come to her, she can write her script. Really? Why don't she say, okay, Mackerel, if you claim I did you wrong and you claim you didn't get love, let's start over. Let me try to make up. Even though God knows you can't make up for lost time, but at least try. Right? She even came out and said that before Mackerel... Exactly, Island Vibes. That's exactly what she's doing. You know? But she even came out and said that before Mackerel went and start before Mackerel went viral, Mackerel came, they were all there eating, and Mackerel said, oh mommy, I came up with this thing and it gone viral, but me I go make up some stuff and talk or whatever the case is. And then she's gonna tell Mackerel, she said she's tell Mackerel, oh, stay in your lane. Now, as a mother, if my children are going to come to me and tell me, mommy, I'm going to do this, or mommy, you know, say me I go down this, I go tell this a lie, or go tell this a lie, if see if me can give him some fame, I'm going to sit them down and show and explain to them. Okay, that's fine. You want to do that, but these are the repercussions. This is what could happen, or this is what could not happen. It could work out for you, but in the long run, you're going to paint a picture of yourself that people may not appreciate. People may not, especially women or young girls, the audience that you're going to gain might not approve of you selling yourself out there like that. But instead of her doing that, what did she say? Oh, stay in your lane. Seriously? And then the thing that got at me too is the fact that your 12-year-old daughter is gonna have a child, and she's a baby herself. So that's like a baby taking care of a baby. And you are gonna come home and the picnic gone missing with the child. And you're not gonna seem concerned, you're not gonna go looking for them, you're not gonna wonder what happened. That just doesn't sit right. And at 12 years old, you being pregnant, you're going to have to show me with a man there. You're going to have to carry me God at the man yard. Because you're going to say it's a big man that she had the child for. Somebody needs to be held accountable for your baby to being pregnant at 12. But to me, it sounded like she just left it alone. Oh, well, you're pregnant when there's nothing we can do about it. Just leave it so. To me, that's how it seems, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. That's just my input on the whole situation. I personally feel that if she was being the kind of mother that she needed to be to this child, hey, Gotham, how are you? Please smash that like button, guys. Feel free to share the video and feel free to network amongst each other. I mean, if she was being the kind of mother that she needed to be, if she did have her eye open up like a hawk pan a little girl, there's no way in hell that my 12-year-old daughter could come in my house pregnant. Because obviously, and don't get me wrong, as I stated before, Pickney, kids have a mind of their own. And you can try everything you want to try. If they decide they're going to be bad, them are going to ras bad. You understand? Them are going to ras bad. But if you groom them the way you're supposed to groom them from an early age, if you have that thank you, honey. Thanks for stopping by. If you good night, sweetheart. If you groom them from an early age, possibility is I'm not saying she wouldn't get pregnant early. She might have probably get pregnant early, but not at 12 years old. I hope not. I'm gonna actually, like, whenever time you go live, I'll come by too. I visit everybody. I show support to everybody. Exactly, Alan. But you don't see what I'm telling you, because remember the woman stated out of her own mouth, that when Mackerel was pregnant, I guess in the early state when she found out she was pregnant, she stated that Mackerel told her from her own mouth that from daddy touch me no see no period. And she just left it alone. She didn't question it. In fact, she stated again that she was the one that prevented the man from the police, them locking up the man or even questioning the man. So what kind of mother are you? Yes, daddy, that's what she said, daddy. She said she was the one that prevented. Jermaine, it no say look like you drop asleep look a while, baby, because me not understand how you missed that part of the story. Me think you drop asleep, eh? Yes, I mean, in the interview that Mackerel's mother did, or the video that she posted today, that they posted today, she stated that when Mackerel got pregnant and she found out about it, or something of the sort, I don't want to quote her wrong, but this was what she stated. Empress, I believe it sounded like you saw the video too, so if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, please. She stated that Mackerel told her that from daddy touch me no see no period. So obviously, I would think, wait a second, your father touch you and you no see period? What you mean your father touch you? How him touch you? In what way did he touch you? Where were you when he touched you? Those would have been my follow-up question. Exactly, Shem. That would have been my follow-up question. As soon as my child come to me and tell me that, wait, what you did there when him touch you? How him touch you? What way did he touch you? What part of your body did he touch you? Who was there when he touched you? Who else did you tell? And then my ass is dragging her up to the police station. Fix she go and tell the police them what she just tell me. But no, she didn't do that. She pushed it under the rug and actually helped the man from going to jail. Now this is happening too much. We need to start it wouldn't surprise me if when all of the hotter cops come out, I would not be surprised if that man actually ended up being that child's father. Because Mackerel said, and the mother said, a big man. Said the father started crying and said, no, your father didn't. Mackerel changed the story to... Let me tell you something. Empress, even if I know my child is a known liar, and my daughter come to me with something like that, even though I know your word don't work two paper to shit on, I'm still going to do my investigation. I still want to find out the truth for myself. If at the end of the day, when I find out how everything goes, she's actually lying and I'm wrong, I will apologize. I will try my ever best to make it up to you. But I will personally feel better in myself knowing that I investigated, found out it was a lie, rather than leave it alone only for it to turn out to be true. Right? Because she even stated that Mackerel's father used to beat her. So you see a man that beat a woman, capable of doing anything. That's how I look at it. Because a man will beat a woman, we kill a woman. And if you can't kill somebody you state you love, or if you could kill the mother of your child, you can molest your own child. That's how I look at it. Hey, Nakas, what's up? What's up? Welcome. That's how I look at it. She never once stated that she questioned the situation. She never did. Never did at all. She just left it alone, free in the wind. So don't be surprised if at the end of the day, truth be told, that this man is actually the one that fathered that child. It's sad, but there is a possibility. There's an actual possibility. Because my thing is, why is the mother gone to withdraw out of school? Exactly. Empress, you're so right. Like, why would you do that? If you know you're in a situation where you're not able to care for the child has special needs, and the mother made it her point of duty to put the child in a place where she will be safe, she could also get an education. Why would you take it up on your, hi Lisa, why would you take it up on yourself to remove that child from school without the mother's consent? That don't make no sense. No sense whatsoever. And she didn't even state whether or not, if after the man took the child from school, if he enrolled her in public school. There was nothing that mentioned whether or not she went back to school, yes or no. Because the next thing we heard is that she ended up getting pregnant, and she ended up at, I believe it's a home for unwed mothers, or teenage pregnancy home, whatever the little home is. She ended up there. I don't know. This story is just, it's bigger than me and bigger than you guys. It's big. But I would not be surprised if at the end of the day, when the shit hit the fan, the man is the father, is the one that fathered that child. Right? It wouldn't be surprising, because it was never questioned. It was never investigated. And at the end of the day, she's out there taking people man, as she claimed. So she's looking for love in the wrong places. Now, if her father could lay down with her and hug her, because she stated, Mackerel stated in her interview, she wanted hug and kiss and, affection, whatever like that. No, if the father is hugging her up and kissing her up and showing her affection, even though she's not mentally stable enough to know that what daddy is doing is wrong. She's not mentally stable enough to know that. You know what I mean? Maybe she stayed around because she knows, okay, daddy used to beat my mother, or whatever the case is. Maybe if me go and tell nobody, or if me go and talk, or if me leave, he might go feel say, I'm going to tell people, and then he's going to get in trouble. Like, who knows? I mean, these are just assumptions, but if you look into the story, I don't know. That's just how I'm looking at it. It's bothersome. Like, it's very disturbing, this whole situation. It's very, very disturbing. Right? But anyways, that's all I gotta say in regards to that. I hope, because even on stage she said, because I never once hear Mackerel mention, at first I thought maybe she was lying about the child. When she first came out and she said she had a baby or whatever, at first I thought maybe she was lying about the child, because I remember at one point, um I believe it was Winfred or somebody had asked her how old the child was. And for a split second, she didn't know. For a split second, she didn't. It's like she hesitated, like she had was to think about how old the child was. So at first I thought maybe she just said that she not have no pitney, right? But then after realizing that she really did have a child, I'm thinking, wow, wow. At 12 years old, you should be in school, like being a child, playing in your mother's makeup, putting on your mother's heels, like, you know what I mean? Thinking about going to the mall with your friends and I don't know. It's not too late to investigate at all because she's when it comes to rape and molestation, there's no statute of limitation. I don't know about Jamaica. I don't know about Jamaica. If Bill Cosby can molest people from them the time they end up in that nasty Rasta prison now, they should still investigate. It's not too late. You're right, Jermaine. If it was me, not Mackerel, I would never ever deal with my mother. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Because right now the mother is she's just self promoting. It's hard. Let me tell you something. You have some idiot people come out and say, oh, kids must always appreciate their parents and respect their parents and give back to their parents or blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. And after tonight, I know a lot of people might not agree with what I'm about to say, but my Mount No Giant Church and me chat with me FIFA chat because at the end of the day, I live my life for me, not for nobody else, for me. But let me tell you something. What due to Caesar, Caesar shall get. We as children, we were never asked to be born. At them go juke them down from which part we did they're quite comfortable. So at the end of the day, we do not, or children on a whole owe us no obligations whatsoever. None. Yes, we're grateful that you brought us into this world. We're very grateful for that. And for the ones who tried their best with us and gave us a life where we could actually be uplifting people up in society right now, we're grateful for that. But we don't want no obligation. Because when did I sweet to know? We never did I telling us that mommy wine to the left or daddy juke to the right. We weren't telling your asses that. So we don't owe your ass no obligation. We don't owe no obligation, none whatsoever. So if we grow up, it would be nice for us to still look out for our parents and show them appreciation for what they've done for us. But don't expect anything of us. Don't expect that if we get rich, we're going to come and throw money your way because we're entitled to do that. No, we're not. If we do it because we want to show appreciation. Right? We want, life is a funny thing. It's a very funny thing. Because parents, you have some fathers and some mothers. They don't know how the pitney eat. Them don't know how the pitney wear clothes. Them don't know where the pitney live. In fact, some of them can pass the pitney pan road and don't even know see for them pitney. But as soon as that child gets to a place in life where they're making a name for themselves, Here comes Jack in the Box, pop up with him head. Oh, that's my daughter. Oh, that's my son. Where was your ass when your son and your daughter needed a school shoes? Where were you when when the other parent was struggling to put food on the table? Where were you? But now that I'm at a comfortable place in life, I'm your child? Really? I don't fucking think so. So if that's the case, your ass could crawl back in the hole or under the damn rock your ass was hiding all these years when I was struggling. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't, God forbid if my, knock on wood, and I hope that she makes it in life to somewhere bigger than where she is now. But she don't owe her mother nothing. Nothing she doesn't owe her mother. But you see, because this woman don't want it to look bad. Oh crap. Okay, guys, my mother-in-law is listening, so I gotta be on my best behavior. Hi, Mom. So, I mean, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought for a second. What was I saying? What was I saying, guys? I can't remember what I was saying. I honestly, like, I can't remember what like, to me, the mother does not want to come off like how Dalton Harris's mother came off, where all she want was, oh, she want hosts, she want this. Girl don't know how or what he went through in order to win this competition. She made no effort or attempt at all to try to at least obtain a visa to go watch one of his shows. But as soon as the boy win, she claiming what she wants already. But because Mackerel's mother don't want to seem that licky, she play it off. But you have to give the woman props, saying she very ambitious. Me not tell no lie. Because she doesn't want to come off licky. She makes sure state, oh girl, me don't want nothing from you. Yes, you do want something from her. Or else you wouldn't have just pop up out of the woods. You want something from her. You might not want it directly, but indirectly you want it and you're looking it. Because you're saying that you don't want nothing from her, but in the same breath, you're begging people. So you're using Mackerel's name to gain. That's how I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe me fool. But I mean, life is a messed up thing. But at the end of the day, what you give is what you get back. Yes, we're supposed to be respectful to our parents. We're supposed to obey our parents because it's in the Bible. But at the end of the day, our parents, exactly, Nakas, exactly. But at the end of the day, good night, Diane. Thanks for tuning in. At the end of the day, the parents are also have to respect us. Yes, you're our parents, but we're human beings. We are our own person. We have our own lives. But I find a lot of these parents, they're living vicariously through their kids' eyes. You know what I mean? And it's unfair. It's unfair. Because how do you get up and show respect to somebody that treated you horribly. I'm not saying that you don't have love for them. You still have love for them because, after all, they are your parents. But at the end of the day, respect us and we'll respect you. You see, me, I grew up with my father because my mother went abroad or lived abroad trying to make a better life for us, right? But every second she came back to visit. She came and visited us. We were not in need of anything. My father was always working. I remember there was enough nights when me and my sisters would sit outside and wait for daddy to come. At them times we were living in St. Elizabeth. And if you know Jamaica, coming from Manchester going into St. Elizabeth, there's a place called Spurtree Hill. And my father used to drive a sprinkler for, back then it was called PWD, Public Works Department. I don't think they have that in Jamaica anymore. I think maybe the company closed down. I don't know. But we used to sit outside on the veranda. And let me tell you something. You see, when my father reached the top of Spurtree Hill, we could have stayed down at Lacovia. And here my father geared on the truck and come down, And the one thing I admire about my father, we were all girls. And at the time, my oldest sister was probably about 15, 16, around that. Or maybe a little younger. She was the oldest one in the house. And my father would leave in the mornings before we turn our eyes to open. And if there's one thing I admire about this man, he will always, if it's even 1 minute before a daybreak, he will always make sure he made it back home. Some people, you're working in, maybe he's working in Montego Bay or whatever, and him tired and, to come so far back, or maybe he's working in Kingston, they would have probably stopped and sleep or rode in the truck. He would always make sure he made it back home. Always. He always made sure we went to school. He was not always the best person to talk to about personal issues because Lord knows, when it comes to women stuff, he had no tolerance. None whatsoever. As soon as you mention one word in regards to either a feminine problem or a personal girl problem, it's like a fight him ready for fight. Because he didn't know. As much as he was there for us in every other way, when it comes to where we would have needed a woman's attention, he was lacking that. He was lacking that. My sister told me that when her monthly started, my father beat her. And he thought she was out there doing things. He beat her. So, I mean, Mackerel's mother might think she did her best, but I personally feel there was much more she could have done. Much more she could have done. And if she stood up as the mother that she should have been to that child, she wouldn't have brought home a belly at 12 years old. And she wouldn't have been on social media talking about she take people man. Maybe she would have been out there she might still be on social media, but not in that light. Because a lot of people, have a lot to say about her, and a lot of it is not positive. I remember when she come out and she did, I think it was her second or third video she did, and she goes, she referred to herself as a cockroach. Okay, love bug, I will. She referred to herself as a cockroach. That is somebody with very low self-esteem. That is somebody that's crying out for help. Because let me tell you something. Me could have ugly midnight and big like a gas balloon. No girl out that road not hotter than me. Me are the prettiest thing pan God to pan God foot, pan God earth. Me are the sexiest thing pan God earth. Nobody can tell me nothing else. Me no need nobody's confirmation to make me know I'm a beautiful person. You know what I mean? So she's crying out for all sorts of help. And instead of the mother say, okay, fine, we're going to help her, she out there campaign for herself. Right? So, anyways, enough about that story. I just downloaded, I think, like I see a lot of, exactly, it is from within. You know what I mean? Self-love is the greatest thing on this planet. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else will love you. And if what you need to do is what people need to understand is taking constructive criticism at times can be a good thing. Trust me. Because, you know, you have people will come and cuss me and tell me how me big. I know me need to get up and go walk. I know me need to do that. I mean, need to do. You think I make them things bother me? No. Because at the end of the day, nobody can love me more than I love myself. And what they're looking at, when I look in the mirror, I don't see that. I see a beautiful African princess. That's what I see. People might think me full of myself, but if me not full of myself, who are full of me? Who? Huh? If I don't love myself, who's gonna love me? You gotta love yourself first. Exactly. Exactly. But it is what it is. But anyways, who wants to come live with me tomorrow night on Google Hangout? We could start where we could do it once every week where I go live with somebody. Whether it's somebody new or it's one of my day one followers. And we could choose a topic as to what we want to talk about. So it'll be like a forum. What do you guys think of that? Exactly. You know, you're so right, Empress. You're right. You are right. Okay. All right, Miss Girl. So we'll do that. You're right. I find with us Caribbean parents, we too judgmental and we quick fly off. We're too short tempered. I mean, a child will come to us and say something, and before we stop to listen to see what the child is going to say to us or to hear what the child is going to say to us, we go off. Like we cut them off. And we have a bad habit of doing that. Instead of listening, we're too eager and quick to cut our children off. And I think sometimes, and we have this thing to say, oh, Me are the parent, you are the child. You think they don't know that? They know that. They know you're the parent. They know they're the child. But at the end of the day, I feel you can have a relationship with your child where you guys could talk as friends. You guys could chill like friends. But at the end of the day, they know where the boundaries are. I have a kind of relationship with my kids where I encourage them to come to me about anything. Talk to me. You see, if you're too strict or if you're too standoffish, your children will be afraid to come to you with things. And then, yes, I did. I was on somebody else's live earlier on and I saw they were doing it, so they talked us through doing it. I mean, I would rather my child come to me and say, "Mommy, you know, so and so and so and so happened." And I would, listen to them and then have a conversation about it. But if they came at you the wrong way, instead of biting their heads off, teach them how to come to you the correct way. If you instill fear in your children, if you let your children fear you, you're going to have problems. There is a difference between fearing you, as in scared to death to come to you with anything, than having enough respect to know what or how to approach you. There's a difference. There's a big difference. But for some of us parents, we make it so hard for our children to come to us. Let me tell you something. You see, me and my mother have a special relationship. They will turn to strangers, Shem, but you know what I also find? I find sometimes the way in which we instill that fear in our children, they're afraid to approach a stranger because they're thinking, okay, if I go and tell Auntie Sue, or if I go and tell Tom over there, or Mary Jane down the street, Lord Jesus, Mary Jane might go back to my mother with it, or whatever it is that they say to the stranger, it's going to end up back to the parents. And then all hell's going to break loose. So sometimes that's the problem too. They do want to talk to strangers, but they're afraid it's going to get back to the parents. So there's times when we make it impossible for these children. Hence is the reason why a lot of them, or most of them, they rebel. Because you're not listening to them. You're not giving them the time of the day. So they're going to turn to the wrong stuff. Because, oh hell, if my mother not listen to me and my father not listen to me, nobody not listen to me, I'm just going to do what I want to do. That's what they're going to do. Or that's how it's going to be. If we don't listen to them, that's when they straight. Me tell my son all the while, there is no way you're going to grow up and police are going to call my phone number and tell me, oh, you don't have station. Not happen. Not over my dead body. And I'm not going to instill fear in him for him not to do that, because Lord knows that's exactly what's going to happen. But instead, I encourage him, come talk to me. Come talk to me. What's going on? How was your day? You know what I mean? Just the simple stuff. Like, you don't have to get into no great details of certain kind of conversation, but just simple things can make your children warm up to you, make them feel love. Like they come home from school. How was school? How was your day? What did you learn? And you will be surprised just by starting out with a simple question as how was school? You can find out a great deal. Because one thing I learned with children, you see, once them start chat, them can't stop. So they will start talking, oh, school was good. Mr. So and so gave us so much homework. And, we had pizza lunch, or so and so did this. And when we went out for recess, so and so punched this person. This person called me a nigger, or this person called me white trash. And then from there, you get deeper into the conversation. Right? Because I remember the day when my son told me that this Caucasian child at school called him burnt toast. It was just a simple conversation that started that whole thing. He walked in and I asked him how was school. We were in there chatting. Then he tell me I'm hungry. I gave him some dinner and I said, did you have homework? And he's like, no, I am. And then I think I said to him, anything interesting happened at school today? And that's when he said, no, only so and so called and told me I look like burnt toast. Right? That was it. Just a simple gesture of showing them that you care can allow you to find out so much. So instead of rushing them or being harsh, start listening. Let me tell you something. I'm not perfect, because God knows there's sometimes when my son comes to me about certain things and I know exactly what he wants, especially for his video game. Right? We have a system home where when it comes to during the week, he has to earn playtime on his video game. He has to earn that. He just doesn't get that. So I set up a system at school where if all of his work is done in class, if he has projects that needs to be done and he did them, if his behavior in class was good, if he didn't disrupt his class, his teacher would write a note for me. Or not even a note. His teacher would put, Isaiah got a marble today. Now, with just that one word, marble, I know that he did well in school. He was listening to what the teacher was saying. And that way he earned an hour on his Xbox for that day. Now, it's the same thing at home. At home, we have the same marble system where he earns a marble for completing his chores, making sure his room's clean, making sure his homework is done, his curriculum's done, and then if all that is done at the end of the day, he earns a marble. Now, when he gets to 7 marbles, he gets his phone where he could play games on his phone. Now, if he earns 14 marbles, then he gets his Xbox for the whole weekend. Now, the moment he loses one of those marbles, he's losing something. So that will keep them on track. You gotta be creative when it comes to your children. You gotta be. If you're not, you will go bunkers, because them people them know if right you ain't. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining my live stream. Can I see a show of hands for all the people in here who are new? Can I see a show of hands? Everybody who's new, can you drop a purple heart? Good night, Empress. Thanks for coming in. Miss Carol, put on your hand. Come know you know you're there from Miss Stats. I believe you were my first subscriber. Put on your hand. Thanks for tuning in, Empress. You know, so someone who know where someone who knew me name now. Piano no mine. Wayne, how are you, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in them parts of woods for a very long time. How are you? Thank you for joining me. I can't find no pen. Okay, so I'm going to use this phone. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of networking before I go because I talked to you guys for like an hour and something. And these new people, they were very patient and they sat through the whole hour and listened. So let's see again a show of hands for everybody that's new. We're going to play a number game. So I'm going to type a number on my keypad. And the person that gets it, that can type the number the fastest, my mods are gonna drop their link. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Okay, so here we go. So the first person that dropped the number, now I'm gonna go by what's on my phone. I'm gonna go by what I see on my phone. So chances are some people's computer or phone might be slower or faster than some. So I'm gonna go by what I have on my phone. So the person that can type, okay, so the first number is going to be 10. So guys, if you're new, the first person that dropped 10, we're going to run their link. Okay, so on my phone, I'm going to show you guys because I don't want you guys to say I'm cheating. I don't know if you guys could see it. Oh. Can you see who it is? It says J. Kurt. That's who I saw first. So Miss Carol, can you drop that person's link for me? Can we drop that person's link, please? And I'm going to go and see what his number is. Oh, damn. He's a heavy roller, guys. So go and check him out, you guys. Do it the correct way. We all know how to do it, right? You go visit his home, watch a video in full, leave a comment, Don't spam his video, guys. Leave a genuine comment, and then at the end, you like it, and you smash the big red button on your way out. That's the correct way to do it. Now, if you comment on that video and you use the words grab, friend, new friend, support, stuff like that, your comment will end up in spam. And chances are he won't ever, unless he checks his spam messages, he will never see that comment and he will never be able to visit you. So let's do it the correct way, you guys. Can you thumbs up the video for me, guys? So, are we ready for the next number? Are we ready for the next number? The next number is going to be 22. Nakaz. You're right, it is complicated. Okay, so on my end, it says Teresa. Can you guys see it? So can you run her number, drop her link for me, one of my mods, please? Wait a second, Miss Carol. Miss Carol, don't drop that link, please. Guys, be careful because there's a lot of trolls over here. Be careful how you're doing this, guys. There's lots of trolls over here. And I have a feeling, Teresa, sorry, honey, but I think you are one of them. Because your page is blank. You have nothing on your page. No video. You have no subscribers. So if somebody sent you over here, tell them we say hello. Tell them next time to come themselves. Okay, Nakas, so you can network, okay? Just visit somebody's home, Nakas, and well, honey, your page is not, there's nothing on your page. There's nothing for anybody to watch. So what you could do, you could visit other people and help them to grow if that's fine with you. Nakas, what you do is you visit somebody's home. You watch a video. Now, guys, people do live stream on their page, and the live stream is sometimes 2-3 hours long. But they also have short videos, maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Sorry, click on one of those videos, watch it to the end. Comment, make a comment on the video about what you watched in the video, what you liked about the video, you know, and then you hit the thumbs up button, and on the way out, you hit the big red button. If you don't do it like that, guys, your numbers will not stick. You'll find you wake up in the morning and your numbers are gone, right? And for anybody who is new and you don't already have me, grab me and visit my home, leave a comment, and I definitely will get back to you. I am real. Okay, so we're going to move on. And guys, be careful. Don't spam the chat because Nightbot will get you. La Belle, you can get Nightbot, honey. Nightbot is one of my mods. You could get him if you want, but he won't get you back. Nightbot is just one of my mods that I downloaded. Okay, Miss Carol, you know what? I haven't seen him live today yet. I'm gonna go check him. And if I see him, I will tell him to unblock you. I definitely will. Okay, so can we move on to the next person? So the next person to drop the number 40, my age, yay. The first person to drop the number 40. Come on, guys, the next number is 40. Nobody's new? No newbies? Okay, Miss Carol, you're the only one that put the numbers, so can you run your own link? Drop your own link. Please thumbs up the video, guys. Please share so we can get other people in here. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to end the live, and we're going to go. We're going to go and raid somebody. That way, you guys, we're spreading the love, and you guys will get more support. How does that sound? We're going to go do a raid. I see. Let's see who we're going to go raid. Let me see if let me look if Skin's on. No, 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 no. I'm trying to find somebody for us to go raid, guys. I could have sworn R5 was on just now. Okay, we're going to go and raid Glam Beauty. She only has 11 people over there. I'm going to drop her link. And we're going to go raid her. When you guys get over there, you're going to put Chin Allen's raid. There's her link. So once you get on her page, you guys put Chin Allen's raid. And you guys go check her out. She's a loyal person, guys. And she will help you to grow. So the link I'm going to drop one more time. And it's R5 Adventures. So just go over there, Chin Allen's raid. And mix and mingle with everybody. You guys will grow over there. This is who it is, guys. R5 Adventures. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. But I'm going to go over to R5 and give her some support. Good night.